Ever since I was little, I always had a dream to make a difference. I always wanted to be a difference maker. So, God gave me this Krump thing, even though the world's trying to take it. But God ain't gonna leave me naked, He got my back. So this is a place I hope we go. Listen to it.
I hope we go to the church, hope we go to the session, hope we go to Bible study, hope we go straight to heaven, hope we go to the sea, hope we go to the sky, hope we go to the light, hope we go from the night, I hope we go up the ladder, hope we go up higher, hope we go away from war, hope we go from the fire, hope we go away from greed, hope we go from the pride, hope we go away from sin, hope we go straight to Him. I woke up this morning, fluffed my pillow. Thank God for waking me up and closed my window. Got up out of bed, I'm still sleepy, but I gotta wake up cause the Krump game needs me. I strive to reach perfection. The word God put in me, He's gonna perfect it. I must step into it, I know that I can do it. Christ is backing me up, keeping me fed. I'm studying from my daily bread, repeating what He said. These sinners out to do me, so I go holler at Him, force and talk to Lady Rudy. Getting some corporate prayer, we in the circle binding and loosing, praying for enemies, Holy Spirit's moving. You picture what we be doing, these weights get lifted off. With the remnant in the spirit, man, we getting off. So can you see His God? Of course He's everywhere. There can't be a point in time where He's never there, and that's the word, fam. I know you heard, fam, but I ain't perfect, y'all. We need the love, it's from above. I know you learn, fam. I hope we go to the church, hope we go to the session, hope we go to Bible study, hope we go straight to heaven, hope we go to the sea, hope we go to the sky, hope we go to the light, hope we go from the night, I hope we go up the ladder, hope we go up higher, hope we go away from war, hope we go from the fire, hope we go away from greed, hope we go from the pride, hope we go away from sin, hope we go straight to Him.
And there's another airplane going by. Put it on the blooper tape, because I'm getting cut and print. Hello everybody, welcome to the Golden Series of Krump from the fathers and the sons of Krump. We'd like to welcome you to our world, our form of praise and worship to God. This is Big Miho, I'm Tight Eyes, this is Slayer. You call him Dragon Slayer, but his name is not Dragon. And here, we like to welcome you to this Krump Golden Series. This is where we show you the moves, the techniques, the battle motives, everything that has to do with Krump, you know, especially the spirituality of it. Since it hasn't been captured yet, we like to show you the spirituality of it because that's the core. That's the heart of it. We're going to show you guys the heart of Krump, you know, how to build stamina when you're dancing. We won't only show you, what we do, we'll show you what you can do when you're in a session with other people, or you just might be in a session with us. So this is the opening. Greetings, salutations to one, to all of Krump Golden Series. That's Junior Eyes. My other boy right there, that's Junior Rube. We go through stuff, but we will make it. This is his family. See, this is Blooper. Look at that. That's Blooper. See? Get this, huh? He broke the stuff. I'm trying to love. I'm trying to be love, and he gonna break stuff. This is not a serious, face stern DVD. We wanted you guys to have fun and let you know where Krump really came from and where it's going to go and where does it belong. Because a lot of people are trying to taint it, but it can't be tainted because it comes from the heart. And, God gave it to us, so we're going to spread it with love. So I want to welcome you guys to the first Krump Golden Series. You got episode 1 to episode 7. All of them are enjoyable. So enjoy this as you watch. God bless.
Sometimes you can grab the music so much to where you can turn a beat or a note and make it this small. That's why you can dance so fast to slow songs, because we can stretch the beat out and we can dance at a rapid pace to a slow song and it still looks on beat, because the inside beats that you don't normally hear. So you have to really listen to music. So on the fast song, we can dance slow. And on a slow song, we can dance fast. You should be able to channel your speed and slowing down. That's another part of slowing down and speeding up. You have to know when and what kind of music you're dealing with, so you can channel the music through your body to where you can move as fast as you want to move and still be on beat, or Vice versa, move as slow as you want to move and still be on beat. Alright, what's up? This is Big Osh. This is Junior Osh, this is Young Osh. I'm getting ready to show you a little bit arm movements with the help of my boys back here in this kingdom work, because I have to give you the full effect of how it's supposed to look in the session. I can't just show you without showing you the feeling. I'm going to start off with throws. These simple throws that you see at the end of every combo that every Krump dasher does is this. That's played out. Now I need to move on. Advance that a little bit. So you have, say if you're getting fucked in a session, you got your boys behind you, you arm swinging. You got throw here, throw back there. So it's an over and an out. It's like two circles. Circle here, circle there. And that brings you to your traveling. Another arm movement is a jab. I'm known for this. Stand in a boxing position like this, with your arm swinging and chest popping, throw jab. That helps you get your power. You get more strength. You can grab stuff, throw stuff, hang on stuff, throw down stuff. That's all arm movement. So I got the circle up here, circle down there, transfer it to two jabs. That's like a whole arm swing session right there. So you can come out. See how fast that is? Squat. Another arm movement that I got. It's a delayed arm swing. So chest pop. You bring your arm to your shoulder right here. Then you release. Show them. See? Those are the advanced arm movements. See? It's simple to do that. Anybody with an arm can do that. Throw your arm, but it takes a lot to have flavor and style with it. So another arm swing that I taught my Young right here. Boy, he got this little, he takes arm swing, he knocks himself back with it. Show him. See? These are just, it's not just a simple jab, see, it's a feeling that you gotta have. It's a groove, it's a rhythm, it's a style you gotta have. Krump is not a stand in one place. How they see on the videos. It's not that, man. Dang. It's not that. We're trying to be nice here. I'm trying to tell y'all what it is and what it isn't. So I got more advanced arm swing. Say if you got a beat, and you got a hi-hat, you got cymbals and everything, you got a beat that's like this. See that beat right there? It's too many things you can do in one beat. Like do the beat, I'm gonna show you a simple way. That's easy. I'm gonna show you the hard way. Come on. See that? That's advanced. Anybody with an arm, stomp, clap. All your arms go out to the clap. It's nothing. See? Now I got two arm swings in one beat. You see me sway over here, sway back over here, stop. See all this thing, how you can stop your body? You gotta have strength. So you gotta build up your jab and your stamina, your power. Like y'all saw in the first Krump instruction, things that we didn't explain. When I teach them, I only teach them the basics. They style, their rhythm come from them. Don't get it twisted. They don't have my mind. They have a mind of their own. For the people who don't know, who think they just hang up under me and get moves all day. It's not like that. When you want to get grimy, gutter, when you feeling hard, now you got some stuff, your way, stuff is weighing you down, personal problems, you want to get inspired, uplifted, get in that mode, that gutter, grimy mode to where you're ripping and tearing stuff down in the spirit, what's invisible, what you can't see. We call that the spirit realm. So what we do is, we buck up. See, chest pops the power, like the first Krump instruction I showed you. Then you give me this boxing mode. See, this is grimy. Down here, this is grimy mode. It's like a nasty feeling. Feel like you're in an alley with a bunch of bricks and you're tearing stuff down, you're breaking stuff. You gotta envision this in your mind, people. When you envision it, it comes out better. So, say you're in the midst of the session, you're throwing arm swings everywhere. You get the right mode. See how it was a different rhythm? My body was doing this, but my arms were doing all this stuff. You gotta have rhythm, because the beat can play tricks on you. You had this beat again. It's gonna be hard to do this. You also gotta set time when you have rhythm. You do it faster.
That's all. You gotta catch the beat of the music. You gotta catch the feeling of it to get your advanced techniques off. So I'm trying to show y'all the best way I can without getting too amped. I'm sweating right now. Tricks are whatever you can make them. You can make a trick with your wrist to your shoulder. How them blockers do, poppers and wavers, they make tricks. It doesn't have to be all extra long and drawn out to where it becomes boring. Like this is not a trick. This is a long, drawn out move. This right here. That's not a trick, man. That's a bunch of moves that don't make sense. A bunch of nothing. This is stupid. And what the trick is, it has to be in sync with your whole body. Say, you're starting off up here. Your shoulder goes up, your chest goes out, your foot go out, chest, arm. Then you throw it again. That's a trick. It goes here, 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 there. Like he's known for that. So he transfers. It's like a ball. He throws his body and it just sinks through. Look like his body is a water. Just water waving all over the place. So that's a trick. What I showed you before, all that stuff, that's not tricky. That's just stupid. You're just confusing somebody. I saw my first trick, my first kill off in Krump 101. That was the least of the tricks that I have. I won't show you all of them, but I will show you one. I have this move that I do, you know what I'm saying? When I want to travel from down up real fast, this is a trick. Y'all can take this if y'all want to. I don't care. I'm giving it away. Free access. So I'm jabbing. I got here. Stop it here. This usher move right here. Boom. Like that. That's a trick. That's how a trick's supposed to look. Precise. You have to be on the money. It has to be stop, stop, turn, drop, and up. It's just that simple. If it's somebody don't know how to do that, do it like this. And then like a gorilla. A little googly monster. Like don't do it. And they'll try to throw this in there, try to make it look good. Oh man, you gotta learn how to do that the right way. It's a simple gallop, like that. There's a lot of people doing this now. So you're gonna do that, just lean back, like terror squad say, just lean back, whatever. I'll listen to that music. We on chest hits now, so the chest comes from the bass. When your bass is thumping, boom, 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 boom. You don't have to be all that simple, but you have to put it in flavor and style. Like people think a chest hit is gonna get you over. When you battling, you arm swinging, they stop, they do this to you. I mean that's working on, but what you gonna do after that? It has to follow up. You gotta follow up, man. This ain't no one move thing. The latest move don't get you over. It does not like. It's not like. It doesn't work like that. In my mind, my point of view, don't work like that. Chest hits. When you're doing chest hits, you gotta look for the bass. It can't be a simple boom. That just makes it easy. That's how you practice it. You sit there and you pop the chest out. Some people's chest can go farther than others. Some people's just sharp. Like mine's don't go that far, but it's sharp. You can see it. It just looks like my body's jerking. You have different kind of chest hits. You have chest hits that can transfer one part of your body up, or you can have chest hits that take you back. You have chest hits that bring you up into a stomp. It's a whole bunch of different chest hits. Don't stick to one. You know, a lot of people get stuck on one thing. Let your mind expand so you can get more movements. So I say, a chest hit that'll get me over. Say if I'm in the session getting amped. I only use chest hits as a period at the end of my sentence. My trick is the sentence. Say I do a trick, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. It's a chest hit. Simple stop, precise, right on the money. You don't have to be all extra out everywhere looking like idiot. So when you're doing chest hits, focus on your chest. Your chest has to be the main focus. You can't arm swing and expect to do a chest hit and expect to be seen. If you want to make it a point, period, it has to be the stop point of a move. A lot of people don't like moves. A lot of people think it's about throwing your arms and getting beastie, but it's not. Because moves are something that everybody can't do them. You know, it's a tricky thing. So another chest hit I'll show you. A lot of people think chest hits you gotta stay up top with it. So a lot of people can't do a chest hit without standing straight up in perfect form. But I can do chest hits. They can do chest hits. I don't care what position they're in. They can be on their toe leaning back. You can still see a chest hit. Like say if you want to go down low. You go down low. You use the chest hit to bring you higher. See this, it was 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. You can use the chest hit to bring you up, down, or to the side. Like, demonstrate a chest hit for him, Junior. See how his chest hit took him around? Different kind of chest hits. Like his chest was guiding him in a circle. It was like a U form. Give him a chest hit, young. See his chest hit came out, down, up, down, down. It's different rhythm during the chest hit. You can make a beat with your chest. Doom, 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 doom. You can make a beat with it. That's how much control you have to have over your chest. Your chest is not your shoulders. It's not the shoulders going back either. Take a deep breath. This part of your body has to come up. This chest cavity, this collarbone. Boom. You should be able to pop a ball off of it when you go up in the air. When you're traveling, people, you don't have to necessarily walk to your place or just run. It's not traveling. You can travel in style and rhythm. I mean, sometimes when you amp, running around, walking to your people, it's good. It gets you amped, but a lot of times your people ain't gonna be right there. Some people might be on this side, you might be performing, and the crowds are spread out. And you're gonna have to find some way to travel. Usually, the easiest way to travel is this. It's a slide, like this. But that's old. Everybody used to throw it on, slide, throw it on. Like that was a form of traveling. When traveling like first started getting big, because when you travel, it's something about the energy. People can feed off your energy and they feed off you, and then everybody's amped. So, how I would travel for a beginner, for a starter, I'm gonna go into the advanced part of it. Say if you buy your boys, come over here, y'all. Say if you're over here getting amped, everybody's throwing their hands up, you wanna go to that side. I would do this. See how I'm sliding? Now end up on that side. That's the simple way to do it. So for all you beginners, you know what I'm saying, that don't have that much foot control, because some people have great up top control, but they down here control sucks. And they have to get their leg control together. When you do it, just lunge slightly. Put your right leg out, whatever leg you feel comfortable in, to make a circle with this leg. You're gonna have to move over. It's a circle like you're writing a bunch of O's in the floor. Advanced way to travel, man. Advanced way to travel. This how Ty Dies travel. You see Ty's in the session. That's my character. You see Rude Boy. Rude Boy doesn't travel that much. Rude Boy is pretty hard. But if you see Ty Dies in the session and I'm him, you'll see this. Say if I'm over here. The people is over here. I'm amped. I slide. I'm traveling like that. It's quick footwork. I really don't know what I just did, but I just did something. But it got me from point A to point B. So your feet have to be your vehicle, your your method of transportation. So you have to have control over it to get from point A to point B successfully. See how that is? You have to have control. You have to be able to do so much stuff with your feet that doesn't make sense. You have to have that much control. That's what I stay at home and do sometimes. Sometimes I'm just in the kitchen walking, just doing my feet. And it just comes out tight. Alright. You got breakdowns. Breakdowns should be in every part of your body. Not just your upper body going down. This is when you think of a breakdown to Krump dancing, this is what you're going to think of. Or break down. But it's not that simple. You got to get more advanced. You got to, like I said, you got to expand your mind further. When you're doing breakdowns, try to do stuff that's unpredictable. There's a thing I call predictable dancing. Like, you know what I'm getting ready to do when, say, you see a lot of people doing it. They arm swing, they hop on their toe, and they throw their arm. That's predictable. I know what's going to happen. Because first of all, they get prepared, they hop up, and they throw. You can't be, this is predictable. Don't get predictable, people. You got to get unpredictable. I'm not going to show you how to do it until after they show you. I try to teach them how to be weird, unpredictable, do the unexpected. So show them an unexpected move, a breakdown. See that? I don't know what the boy just did, but it was what? He was doing something over here, he popped his body, and boom, he got an unpredictable move. Now some people's styles is not, they can't move their body like that, but their arm movements and their leg movements are unpredictable. I can move my body anyway, That's why I'm able to teach people anywhere I want to. I can move my arms unpredictable. I can move my legs, even my head sometimes, and my shoulders. But show them an unpredictable move, a breakdown. See that? It was tick, 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 boom, bro. So that was a breakdown of the beat. Now, if you listen to the music, you might not hear the boom, 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 the actual beat that he's on, but you do feel the breakdown in the music. Say when you're in the midst of a Krump session, and you're over here. Like, this is a simple breakdown for me because I got to keep it simple sometimes. People can't catch on to what I be doing. So I would do this. You see me swinging? Boom. See how I did my shoulders? I wrapped it off, and I threw it. That's a breakdown for me. That's a simple one for me. I ain't gonna get that hard on y'all. I'll wait to the next one. I just have to stay tuned. So, breakdowns, breakdowns you can make beats. Some people, you know, when they get Krump, they beat on their chest, or they beat their foot, or they hit their hand around, they hit their body, they do anything they want. Some people are just buck. You catch somebody in a session, they getting bucked, you just see them, don't. That's just a breakdown. So breakdown can be whatever you want, but keep it advanced. Don't keep it so simple and predictable. Like, every breakdown you do shouldn't be this. Because that's going to get boring after a while. So your breakdown should be furthered. Like, if you're going to go down once, go up twice. Go down twice, go up once. Don't go up twice, go to the side once. Make it look unpredictable. Taunts are my favorite. You can make anybody mad, but you don't want to make nobody mad. But you can get yourself amped up, you can get in your character, you can build your esteem when you're dancing. That way, because some people, when they dance, you know, they don't have enough confidence in themselves, so they end up stopping, like, man, I can't do it. You see people walking around trying to feel it. You don't have to feel it if you get all these elements. Like, say a taunt. Taunts is, you know, the eyes is known for taunt, because we talk to people with our hands. So our hands are our words. Our hands are doing the talking. And people that get Krump can understand this, because all Krump dancers do it. All experienced ones. So you can have be in a buck session or whatever. Your people's behind you, whatever, they rallying up, whatever. Then you got your chest popping. Like, what? Move. So that's a taunt right there, because you ask them a question. When you do this to the person and you shrug them off, it's like oh man, you talking to me. You can feel what the person is saying because you're a fellow dancer. So say if you have another taunt, you're like, you doing this. You? Nah, that's a taunt. You have to think of what you're saying, what your body is saying in your head. You don't always have to say it, but I say it because I've gotten that experience, and I can't stop. I just started talking one day and I didn't stop. So your taunts are what you're saying in your head. You're asking questions when you taunt, or you're telling somebody danger, caution. You don't want to get involved with this kind of thing. It's like, don't cross my line. Even when you're dancing by yourself, you're like taunting yourself because you're trying to get the best of yourself. When I practice, I'm asking myself questions. You know, what am I doing? I can do better than this. You know, that's how I practice. So a taunt is what you make. It's like a question to whoever you're dancing at, or whoever you're dancing against, or who you're dancing for. And y'all all know how I am about these kill-offs. I got plenty, but I only show for you. So a kill-off is a combination of movements to kill everything off. A kill-off is just what it is. It's just how it's said. It's just how it sounds, a kill-off. I have plenty of kill-offs. He's working on his because he's more rugged, you know, rough. We're working on his body movements, but he has kill-offs, I have kill-offs. We're the only people in the I family with kill-offs, you know, that hang with me. My other littles, the rudes, they're more in your face, rugged, grind me out. Don't put no glass by me because I'll break it type dancer. So a kill-off for me would be a breakdown mixed with traveling. That's what kill-offs gotta consist of sometimes. You gotta mix a breakdown with traveling, then you gotta kill off. Like, say I'm like this. I'm up here, jumping up and down, boom, 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 boom. You see what I just did? I broke down my body, put my foot out there. I grabbed my heel, pushed it back, and then jumped back at the same time. That gives you your traveling. Why don't you show them the kill-off, man, because I ain't about to go in there.
Alright, this is how one of my kill-offs will look. Dancing, right? Hold it, heel, toe, back up,
You know, all that traveling and breaking down. It's a kill off because people don't know where you're going next, so they're like this. And when you get finished, they're like, oh man, what did you just do? Give them a kill off, Yanni. See, he's more rough with it. But see, that part right there is unexpected. Who puts their arm down here without getting bucked? See, that's unexpected. He came and brought it back. That's a kill off. In my eyes, that's a kill off. In my book, it is because it's precise, it's broken down, and it's amped. If you want to see my kill offs, you gotta stay tuned and watch the other tapes and see the other footage so you can check them out and see what I'm doing in a real live session. Because there's more to it than just throwing your arms and stomping. You have to have stamina, kill offs, taunts, tricks, chest hits, and the heart of it. You have to have the heart of Krump. You have to have the heart of Krump. Yeah, ground moves. Ground moves are very rare in Krump dancing, but Little C, naughty boy Little C, he's like the ground person of the Krump session circle. So when you see Little C, you expect him to be up top, but he don't too much stay up top no more because he ventures off into the ground. That's where he took it. Not everybody's an expert on the ground, because I'm not an expert on the ground. I can do ground moves, I'm capable, but I choose to stay up top because I like to master up here. But Little C, he's a ground dude. He gets buck on the ground. That's what he do. That's his style. So ground moves consist of, sometimes you can do breakdowns on the ground, but ground moves, when you travel, it has the best effect on other people. But to me, when you stay in one spot, you're doing breakdowns, you can break down your body on the ground, that makes it look a lot better to me because I'm not a ground person, so I can relate to a person who's doing all this stuff just at a low angle, and sometimes they hit the ground. I can relate to that. So I don't have many ground moves because I don't concentrate on that. But he has plenty of ground moves. He can show you some ahead.
And break it down, put it to leg, slide. Jump.
Ground moves like that don't necessarily travel, that is in one spot, different angles, I can relate to that. Like one of my kill-offs. Matter of fact, I just made this up last night. It's on the ground. I'm like this on the ground, right? I push my arm back, put my leg up, I hit, boom, and I pause it. That's as best as, that's the only ground I'm gonna get. As low as that, that's the only low I'm gonna get. On the sessions, you might see me get into the moment and do like a full-fledged traveling ground move, but that's very rare for me. You got any ground moves here?
Yeah, I think I got a ground move for you. Alright. Got one ground move. Goes back, down, get up, slide, back one. Up.
See, here's travel. All of us don't got that, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta do what we can on the ground. Now, I can do a lot of stuff on the ground, but I choose to have power right now. I'm working on my power. So I'm working on stopping my body, having more power, getting more arm swings in on the beat. I focus on stuff like that. So that's the ground section. So not everybody can do ground moves, but in your Krump, and while you're getting bugged, you find what best fits you. Start off is what you do to get yourself fired up for either a battle or just a Krump session entrance. Because your entrance sometimes has to do a lot with your performance, but sometimes people entrance overrides their performance and they get too bucked on the entrance and they can't keep their performance up because they end up getting tired. So you have to level it out. And so this is a perfect startup. It's not much, but it's buck, because simple stuff is buck to me. You really have to do that much because I'm a tricky person. I know how much it takes to make up something that's very difficult, but it takes a lot of skill to make up something that's simple, but still has the same effect as something that's very tricky. So say I'm in the midst of a session, this will be a start off for me. I'm with my boys, I'm tapping them, boom. That's a start off. It's something that gets you hyped. See, when you do that, the energy transfers from you to the people who's watching, and they like this. They end up like that. So a start off is something that transfers your energy to a whole group of people, even to yourself. Because sometimes they hit you, then you're going off on a tangent, you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment like that. And we even got tag team start offs. So sometimes, like when you want to make an entrance for your boy, try to show his skill, you do something with him, make a tag team. So like this is one of the tag teams we got. We get out, whatever he's hitting, boom, boom, yeah, boom. See, that's a tricky start off. His arms, I'm just pushing them, but it has a good effect because people don't expect that. That's unpredictable.
We got floor start offs.
Yeah, we got floor start offs too. This is one to kill off.
So we go. Boom, 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 boom. Drop, boom, boom. Kick, boom.
Pick him up. So after you kick him over, pick him up. We make up stuff like that. You know, in the midst of a session, it looks better. But we here, we in practice mode right now. We're trying to show y'all in practice mode. You'll be able to see it live on the other footage. When you watch this, fast forward, rewind to the scenes, and you'll see a ground move, and you'll see a tag team move, and you'll see it linked together. Matter of fact, on one of the tapes in the series, we used that move right there that you just seen in Victorville when we was getting Krump out there in the session. It was a session in the parking lot. It was real buck, and we used that one, and it killed off. So you watch that one. Psyching out an opponent. This goes back to being unpredictable. When you can psych out an opponent, you've mastered being unpredictable, because some people try to do your moves before you do them and try to tell what you're going to do before you do it. That's very embarrassing if somebody can tell you what you're going to do before you do it. So what you have to do is you have to, do the unexpected. Because, say, the old bump back in Shake City days when I was shaking cities, but now I'm shaking kingdoms. So, when you had this bump that was out, everybody used to do it, bump and then carry themselves over here. That has gotten so predictable now. If somebody bumps you, get a boo. It's like boo. But you got other ways of doing it. Like the bump, me and Miho made it up. So Big Miho, that is. Me and Big Miho made up the bump. So it never played out to us because it was our thing. That's what we did. So while people were sitting here doing this, it was making me, kind of like, man, why don't they do something else with it? So psyching out your opponent like I have a bump. Say if I bump, whatever, that's not like me. If I'm going to do it in my way, I'm always remaking stuff, redoing stuff, and making stuff up. So this would be psyching out my opponent. If I go here, tick, 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 where would I go from there? What would you think? You'd probably think I'm going to do something like this. No, that's predictable. I'll tick, 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 tick. Boom, that's a bump. So I rounded my head off, boom, and I bumped off my knees. Not this. So psyching out your opponent has a lot to do with your character and your personality too, because a lot of times you can be a simple dancer. Anybody can come out and swing their arms and be predictable. But it's hard to psych out your opponent because your opponent don't know what you can do next. And that kind of makes people scared because they don't like to battle you, they don't like to mess with you because they don't know what you had come up with. Nobody wants to battle me because nobody knows what I have in store for them. Now, if I was just an ordinary, dancer with I didn't have that much hype behind me, it would be easier for people to battle me. But because I'm so unpredictable, that's what makes people back off. That's why when I practice, people look. I'm sure he got some psych outs too. One of them that I showed you guys before was this right here. Now when I do that, what do you think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah. You see? But I psyched it out so it looked like this. And that's the newest one I got for that version. So you can take an old move that you used to do and make up a psych out. Because if people get used to you doing something, they're gonna be like, oh, I've seen that move before. But dang, I ain't seen it like that. So you just psych them out. So they expect you to do something and not just be that. But if I bump, and I did that move and I proved it, they're like, dang, he made it up again. So it looks buck now. It looks better than it used to look. So that's how you psych out your opponent. You just improve on your stuff and make your stuff better and go from different angles, different techniques using power moves. Power moves did not used to be my favorite, but it's slowly becoming one of my favorites because the type of dancing that I'm trying to, put out there is kind of rough, rugged, and it's a hardcore type kingdom dance. You can't be soft. So in Krump dancing, I used to be kind of soft with Tricky One and all these techniques. So people know Tie-Dye is the technique, the technical dancer. Don't battle him because he's going to get all technical on you and he's going to do all these different moves. All people expect out of me is moves. So I've been working on my power, to give them something else to see because I do have it. So power moves are butt. Enforcer is good for power moves. And Junior Rule is good for power moves. Even the eyes do power moves, but we're going to let y'all see that on the footage so you can stay tuned. So I would do a power move. My power moves are very serious, very animated, and very warrior-like. Because I consider myself a warrior on the battlefield. So yes, you got your soldiers behind you, whatever, amping up. You got your power.
See how I threw that? It's like I had a sword in my hand. I'm just causing a whole bunch of chaos. It feels like when you're in the vision, it feels like you in the midst of a battlefield, and the invisible becomes visible, and you can see it, and you're attacking. So that's what power moves consist of for our family now. Power moves are warrior explanatory moves. Like in medieval times, you have a sword, you know, putting your sword in the ground, kicking it up, stomping, power. That represents power. When you try to make up a power move or build up your power, you have to like focus on a move that makes you feel comfortable. Like when I'm going in the midst of my power, this right here, this swinging motion, starts me off. This makes me feel comfortable because I feel comfortable with it. I like swinging. So when you do something, find your comfortable zone and just go from there. Power moves consist of ripping, in this motion, throwing, grabbing, tossing, and slamming. And sometimes stomping, catching. Those are what power moves consist of right now. You know, so you have a bunch of power moves. Just think of those words: ripping, tearing down, catching, stomping, breaking, slashing. You know, kind of that's power right there. So you have this. Say if you're in the midst of a session, you rip, throw, stomp, break, grab, and you toss. Just think of those words, and it'll help you build a power move. You got the words that you use. You can rip something, break something, shatter something, stomp, throw, grab, catch, slam. All those words are in power. All right, balance. People in Krump dancing rarely have balance because they do a move and they're like, whoa, and then they fall in, and they fall in everywhere. So you gotta have those, like I said in Krump 101, you gotta have the, your point of gravity to where you can move, groove, throw your arms. Don't try to do nothing that you know you can't do. That's the first mistake you make. Don't try to do no backflip and land on your fist if you can't do a backflip and land on your fist. Come on now. It just doesn't work. So, and don't try to break dance if you can't break dance. Alright, so we got balance. You gotta have your point of balance. Like people stand on their toe now. But you know when people stand on my toe beside me, they be like, falling all over the place. You have to be precise. You gotta have your point of balance and you gotta be able to jump on it, jump off. You have to have your body has to be postured right. I don't know how I can stand on my toes so long, but I just do it. I used to take ballet, don't tell nobody, so what, huh? I'm still Buck. So you got your little moves or whatever. If you can't get your balance from this, start all over again, just forget it. If you gotta rewind it, that'll be better for you. I just made up a move. I'll be using. So if you got your point of balance to where you can move and do whatever you want to do, you have to find it. But your point of balance is here. You have to be able to rock. When you're able to rock and groove to music, you found your point of balance. And you can go back. You can do a lot of tricks. You have to find your point of balance. Like everybody wouldn't be able to do that. They'd be slipping and falling everywhere. Find your point of balance. Your center of gravity, what keeps you level. That's how you get your balance. That's how you make your tricks more precise. For you to have balance in Krump dancing, especially in the midst of an amp session, you have to do this. Position your feet, the one behind the other, or straight across, and your body kind of hunched over. Because if you hunch your body over, you can find out where you can go without falling. So try this. You in the midst of a session, or you at home practicing. See his point of balance? He's able to do anything. You can do anything. You go here, you go back, you go around, here, stop, here, boom, boom. Then you're able to do certain moves without falling. So here, center of gravity where you can groove, practice that, and here where you can hunch over and find out what you can and cannot do. That's how you get your balance. So in short, you want to keep your balance centered and not falling all the way over to the side. Sometimes somebody can catch their balance like me, or experienced Krump dancer like me, Miho, Lil C, and so on. You can find us, we can go here, we can come back to center because we have that balance. So find your center here instead of way over there so you won't be falling all over the place. army moves are the buckets moves out right now, because it's, you ever heard of like organized confusion? That's kind of like what it is. So when we in the midst of a session, you know we rowdy, we amped up, we live, we juice anyway. So sometimes we get in the heat of the moment to where physical contact amps us up. You know how you got warriors, they run out and they go charge, and sometimes their horses be by each other, they be working up, they be slapping each other, getting ready for war. Sometimes that's what we do. Like on all the footage you see, you're gonna see somebody hitting somebody on the back or somebody holding somebody. You know, me and Enforcer are good for that because we kind of partners in a way. So you'll see me grabbing on him or hanging off his arms. He just rocking. That's like an army move. Army moves we got are stupid. We like to get stupid, especially when we in the spirit. Like when we got that, you know, we battling to get something, and we need help from the man, the Savior Jesus. We get with him and we start getting bucked. You'll see us amped up over here. Those are army moves. That gets the whole zone rocking. We just moving like that with a crowd of people. It looks like a bunch of buckets. Army moves are not, they cannot be taught. They can only be created in the heat of the moment. That's all army moves are. So stay tuned in the Krump Golden series, and later on you're gonna see us do a session performing these army moves. When you visualize something, this is very important. You gotta listen up. When you visualize, this is how you make up your best material. You have to visualize yourself doing something that's spectacular. Don't limit yourself, especially in the imagination, because the imagination is packed. Your imagination is packed with moves. All you gotta do is tap into that. Man, you'll come up with a lot of stuff. I've done it, and I still do it. So you have to visualize what you're doing. Sometimes you gotta visualize yourself somewhere where you know you would normally be at. Like I said, we picture ourselves on the battlefield as warriors. So we have on armor and a sword. But the sword is invisible. The sword are our hands and our feet. So we use that as weapons. And sometimes we're fighting. We use the fighting. That's how we come up with the jabs and the power, the ripping, the throwing down, the slamming. You have to visualize these things before you do it. If you're going to visualize yourself pulling something, it can't just be this. You have to actually pull something, act like something is there, visualize it. You can't see it, but you got to act like it's there and pull it. You got to have a vision. When you have a vision of something, you have to make it come to pass by doing exactly what you did in your vision in the natural. So that's how you visualize. Visualize yourself in something or doing something in some kind of setting, background, and action. Visualize yourself in action, and then you're able to act it out. Sometimes you don't even have to practice it. Sometimes it just come out because it's up here. So visualization is very important with Krump dancing, because a lot of our moves come from visions that we see. What if I could do this? What if I could punch here, here, here? Imagine like 3 punching bags. What if I could punch here, here in one beat, and you end up doing it? You visualized it first, so it comes out perfect. So visualization, you have to envision and then embody what you envision.
Battling, sometimes you can win just somebody you been amped. You don't always have to have a kill off at the end. Your kill off could be like something so crazy, it's gonna make the crowd say, I'm going home. Cause I done did that before. It's been many a times when stuff that happened like that in a Krump session or a battle, and people like, I'm going home. Like for instance, one time, it was a Chad's birthday party, and everybody was over there dancing, battling. It was a 3-way between Tie-Dyes, Miho, and Slayer. Probably one of the greatest battles I've ever seen in my whole life. Miho, to me, is the greatest Krump dancer ever, because from this is in history. It's never gonna go away, erase out my mind. This guy is so bucked. It was a long table with nice food, drinks, everything. Fresh food, chicken, all that. Right there on the table, just looking good. He getting amped, throwing stuff up, crowd, everybody loving him. This guy is so bucked, he slides the food off the table, picks the table up, throw it, stomps on the table, and keep getting bucked like nothing happened. Chair's mama is sitting there, Miho, move. I thought he was about to push her out the way. He just moved, and her and just still getting buck. I'm like, and from then on, I don't think nobody want to mess with him. It's so buck, like, it's so many stories I can tell you. Like one time, it's nothing. Dragon Slayer has so much respect because it was just one battle between him and Boomer. And I don't know if nobody remember this, but I know I do. This dude is so 5150. He had a steel chair in his hand, and him and Boomer's battle. The steel chair was right here by his leg. And I give you respect, Boomer, because you crazy for battling him. Boomer did something, some kind of kickback, slide, and he came, hit the chair while it was on Dragon leg. It looked like it would have hurt me. I wouldn't even battle. When it was Dragon turn, he was so crazy. He picked up the steel chair. This is not no plastic chair, this is a steel chair. He banged his head on the steel chair. 3 times. A big old vein popped out his head till his head started bleeding. Then he got amped and everybody left. He set the Krump session off. Now remember, this is another thing. It's a difference between Krump and crazy. Don't go jumping off roofs and stuff thinking you Krump. That's not Krump. Don't be stupid in Krump. It's stuff you could do that's like, oh, he crazy. But don't hurt yourself and end up in the hospital and be sitting in the hospital bed talking about, man, I'm amped, man. I'm amped. I don't care about nothing. Because you ain't. You crazy and you stupid. So get amped, but be safe. Because I don't want to get sued or nothing for telling y'all to bang your head on chairs. Because I didn't. So just remember that stuff like that, that's what set off Krump sessions. Get amped, get crazy, get foolish. You know? You know what I'm saying? That's how you get your respect. You got to do the unthinkable, the best of the best, the great of the great, the foolish of the foolish, and you'll be the Krump of the Krump. You probably be up there with me, ho.
Bang! That's all you gotta say.
Yeah!
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Listen to it. I hope we go to the church. Hope we go to the session. Hope we go to Bible study. Hope we go straight to heaven. Hope we go to the sea. Hope we go to the sky. Hope we go to the light. I hope we go from the night. I hope we go up the ladder. Hope we go up higher. Hope we go away from war. Hope we go from the fire. Hope we go away from greed. Hope we go from the pride. Hope we go away from sin. Hope we go straight to him. Woke up this morning, fluffed my pillow. Thank God for waking me up and close my window. Gotta find a bed, I'm still sleepy. But I gotta wake up cause the Krump game needs me. Me, I strive to reach perfection. The word God put in me, he's gonna perfect it. I must step into it. I know that I can do it. Christ is backing me up, keeping me fed. I'm studying from my daily bread, repeating what he said. These sinners out to do me. So I go holler at it, force and talk to Lady Rudy. Getting some work and praying. We in the circle, binding and loosing. Praying for enemies, Holy Spirit's moving. You picture what we doing. These ways get lifted off. With the rhythm in the spirit, man, we getting off. So can you see us, God? Of course he's everywhere. There can't be a point in time when he's never there. And that's the word, fam. I know you heard, fam. But I ain't perfect, y'all. We need the love. It's from above. I know you learn, fam. I hope we go to the church. Hope we go to the session. Hope we go to Bible study. Hope we go straight to heaven. Hope we go to the sea. Hope we go to the sky. Hope we go to the light. I hope we go from the night. I hope we go up the ladder. Hope we go up higher. Hope we go away from war. Hope we go from the fire. Hope we go away from greed. Hope we go from the pride. Hope we go away from sin. Hope we go straight to him. I'm out to praying now, anointing in the room. And God's doing so pointing in the room, giving us orders, we amping them. And plus he's giving us the spirit of some champions. That's why we winning, man. Can you imagine the remnant practicing? Arms swinging like a road fight behind a strobe light. We all about the kingdom. Any lost souls we minister to, determined to bring them. Being wise, man. We about to rise, man. We alive, man. Not dead in the spirit. Thoroughbreds in the spirit. Intercession repping. I can't get enough because the buck don't even stop in heaven. There's 50 dudes in here. We all warfaring. We can't lose in here because we cross-bearing. My faith kicking in now. My joy's here. My spiritual sisters and brothers. I got my boys here. So you can have me up, can't you? With Christ is nothing I can't do. We going there. full manifestation of the spirit. Dance, pull up your pants, while chains get lifted. So what? I'm a soldier, yeah. I got some fire, you can feel my pulse from over there. Right? The preacher baptizing. When I was in the world, me and God had a bad connection, like next telling Verizon. Wait, really said bring that? Who said bring that? So you can bring that. Gotta bring that. Really gotta bring that. Praise and sing that. Everybody dance and lift up your hands. Go! Jesus is all that. Jump behind him, but he don't need no punks behind him. We got the ball back. First Adam said Jesus came down here to get us, and then gave us the keys back again and again. And look, now we winning again. I can't wait to step to heaven, put on that fine linen again. So yeah, I gotta keep it righteous. These vipers on the loose, I ain't tripping. God gave me power to bind and loose. Yeah, I'm praying face down. It's boot camp for Christians. My soul is safe now. You boot now for Christians. Get out of place now. It's truth now for Christians. Get out of face now. We ain't playing no games. Satan's a bald liar. The wages of sin is death. It's like diving head first up in some barbed wire. Praises you sing that. Anybody wants some beef, you can bring that. Who said bring that? Really said bring that. Who said bring that? So you can bring that. Gotta bring that. Really gotta bring that. Praise and sing that. Everybody dance and lift up your hands. Go! Yeah, what? It's Rule Slayer the doctor saying what? Everybody about to get crunk. What? Come on, put your hands up. Come on, everybody put your hands up. Really said bring that. Who said bring that? So you can bring that. Gotta bring that. Really gotta bring that. Praise and sing that. Everybody dance and lift up your hands. Go!
Yeah. My reason for existing be only for God. I'm coming through the park, the crowd like Moses rhyme. No excuses, no problem, just to do my job. I don't bow down to take no power bomb. I'm getting cutter and grimy, breaking, changing things. Me and Rudy the father, we come to bring the pain. Now what? Was that junkie saying? Or better yet, when they proclaiming shoot me, hate me, thrill me, like me, see me, stop me, no, not like me. I be the son that's willing to do the sinner stealing, a miracle and healing, or at the right hand chilling. Sit back and catch my breath, cause I'm on borrowed time.
When you're speaking without words, you don't have to say anything to your opponent verbally for you to get your point across, or period in the session. Because some people, I've been in sessions to where people explain what they're gonna do. Like, oh, I'm about to throw my leg down. I'm about to break my leg. Oh, I'm coming to the door. You better watch out. Ah! Like, give me a whole essay before, and they do nothing that, excites me. So I'm like, what did you say all that for? Couldn't you do that another way? So when you're saying something without words, like I said, me and Junior, we talk with our hands. Lil C talk with the hands. Miho talk with the hands. We talk. Our words are our hands and our feet. So we are telling you what we have to tell you when we're getting bucked. And when we stop getting bucked, that's the end of the sentence. And I hope you got the message I was trying to send. That's how we are on the dance floor. We spill it out for you, for the hearing impaired. Sometimes we gotta yell it out, scream it out, or we write it down simply on a piece of paper and you get it done quick. Dot all our I's and cross our T's, and you got your sentence. So you don't necessarily have to, tell them what you're gonna do. Oh, I'm about to throw my arm so hard around my head, it's gonna make your head spin. Rah! There you go. It's whack. You don't gotta do that. You can do it. You're supposed to be powerful enough to move crowds without even saying nothing. So you should be able to express what you're saying with your body and your hands and your feet instead of just verbally. I mean, sometimes we do talk verbally, but the verbal and the body effect still has the same effect as us just doing it verbally or with our bodies. Matter of fact, it has an even more effect because we're able to talk and do these movements 100% at the same time.
If the devil trying to front mine, no, I know it's kind. Robbers and thieves, different spirits, holy people can't be modeled with these. So yo, can't mix light in the dark. Ask me, have I been the same from the start? No, I had to hear the gospel. feel. New mission, carrying out my God's will. Do I care if people laugh at me? No, no, it ain't about them. I gotta preach the word round and about them. And I got clout in, a winner at the end. The Bible clearly states it. Do I hate being hated, dog? No, it's big being the God for his name's sake. I can't blame hate, I love to do it. The pain I'm pushing right through it. My Christian walk getting glory, no problem. I just call upon the King of glory with no problem. Yo, yeah, women, we getting real with it. Women, we getting real with it. What you gonna do, women, we getting real with it. Getting real with it. Go, go. What you gonna do, women, we getting real with it. Yeah, yeah, women, we getting real with it. Yeah, praising God, we getting real with it. What you gonna do, getting real with it. Rude, I pump Jesus. Where the thrill's at, where the presence of God. My spirit gotta feel that. God's word of real that. Nothing more, nothing less. This word is better than my chest. The rest of these haters is flesh. Carnal, double-minded, asking for sin. I gotta get packing with spirit gauges clapping at them. Cause ain't nobody even acting like they're asking for him. I got my strap with my bullets, homie. I'm blasting for him.
Jerk
And when I
moves.
say bullets, I mean
I'm not that popular for jerk moves, but I do have them. Slayer is the jerk. He has all the jerk moves. Jerk moves, you don't even dance when you're being a jerk. Sometimes being a jerk is just acting and talking. Like before Slayer dance, you might see him go, like Toro, and then he might start dancing. That's jerk. Jerk is something you would not expect people to do. Sometimes Slayer will be dancing, or I'll be dancing, you know, I'll do something. I'm like, and then that's like jerk. You're like, man, it makes people mad. You're like, man, you treat me like I'm some kind of sucker, man. I'm buck. So it makes people hot. That's what makes people hot. Like, you may see Junior, he bucking out and he go, he might walk away from me. That's being a jerk. And it's buck. Jerk moves are like, the clown is like the exciting, entertaining part of Krump dancing, because sometimes Slayer, instead of swinging his arms like this, he swings his arm like this. What kind of arm swing is this? It's jerk. It makes people mad. I've been in battles with Slayer, and he's done this to me, and it made me mad. So I'm like, he's taking me for a sucker, so I gotta get buck now. And he just standing there, and he just hopping around like a bunny rabbit, bouncing his arm. Jerk moves, you gotta be tight to do jerk moves, because not everybody can do jerk. If you suck, you do a jerk move, it's gonna make you look like you suck even more. I've seen Service do this. You know how Mike kick his foot out, he spin, you know, supposed to go he, all that crap. I've seen Service do this. That's whack. That's whack, man. You just gotta see it. Jerk moves that's a whole another part of Krump dancing that, you know, only experienced ones can do, because only experienced ones have that kind of character to where they can pop in and out, laugh, and then, you know, getting in and out of their character like that. Jerk moves are you can say the clowning side of Krump.
I hope we go to the church, hope we go to the session, hope we go to Bible study, hope we go straight to heaven, hope we go to the sea, hope we go to the sky, hope we go to the light, I hope we go from the night, I hope we go up the ladder, hope we go up higher, hope we go away from war, hope we go from the fire, hope we go away from greed, hope we go from the pride, hope we go away from sin, hope we go straight to him. I woke up this morning, fluffed my pillow. Thank God for waking me up and close my window. Gotta find a bed, I'm still sleepy, but I gotta wake up cause the Krump game needs me. I strive to reach perfection. The word God put in me, he's gonna perfect it. I must step into it, I know that I can do it. Christ is backing me up, keeping me fed. I'm studying from my daily bread, repeating what he said. These sinners out to do me, so I go holler at it, force and talk to Lady Rudy. Getting support and praying. We in the circle, binding and loosing, praying for enemies, Holy Spirit's moving. You picture what we doing. These ways we lifting off. With the rhythm in the spirit, man, we getting off. So can you see us, God? Of course he's everywhere. There can't be a point in time when he's never there. And that's the word, fam. I know you heard, fam. But I ain't perfect, y'all. We need the love is from above. I know you learn. I hope we go to the church. Hope we go to the session. Hope we go to Bible study. Hope we go straight to heaven. Hope we go the room. And God's doing some pointing in the room, giving us orders, we amping them. And plus he's giving us the spirit of some champions. That's why we winning, man. Can you imagine the remnant practicing, arms swinging like a road fight behind a strobe light? We all about the kingdom, any lost souls we minister to, determined to bring them. Being wise, man, we about to rise, man. We alive, man, not dead in the spirit. Thoroughbreds in the spirit, in a session reppin'. I can't get enough, because the buck don't even stop in heaven. There's 50 dudes in here, we all warfaring. We can't lose in here, because we're cross-bearing. My faith can't get in now, my joy's here. My spiritual sisters and brothers, I got my boys here. So you can add me up, can't you? With Christ is nothing I can't do. We going there, I hope we going there. I hope we go to the church, hope we go to the session, hope we go to Bible study, hope we go straight to heaven, hope we go to the sea, hope we go to the sky, hope we go to the light, I hope we go from the night, I hope we go up the ladder, hope we go up higher, hope we go away from war, hope we go from the fire, hope we go away from greed, hope we go from the pride, hope we go away from sin, hope we go straight to him, I hope we go to the church, hope we go to the session, hope we go to Bible study, hope we go straight to heaven, hope we go to the sea, hope we go to the sky, hope we go to the light, I hope we go from the night, I hope we go up the ladder, hope we go up higher, hope we go away from war, hope we go from the fire, hope we go away from greed, hope we go from the pride, hope we go away from sin, hope we go straight to him.
When you time a kill off, you don't normally know when it's gonna happen. When you do a kill off as in the heat, you can practice a kill off all week long. But when you get into a session and you're amped, it comes out totally different. So you have to practice it full out, like practice it as if you're amped. That's where visualization comes in. But when you're doing a kill off, when you're trying to time a kill off, you have to find the part in the music that fits your kill off inside of it, so you're able to get the right effect. Because you can't come in a session doing a kill off. I mean, you just can't do it. Where's your entrance at? Where's the feeling at? You got to get people into you first before you do a kill off. If people are into you and then you do a kill off, people are like, oh man, I'm done. It's over with. You saw what he just did. You saw his entrance. You saw his arm swing. You saw his power. Then you did a kill off. You got to time your kill off just right. You got to show people that you have more than one thing to do. You got to show people you have more than power. You're not all power and you're not all tricks. So if you put a power move and a trick inside of one to make up a combination of something, that's a kill off. And travel at the same time, that makes it even better. When you time a kill off, you gotta really be feeling the music that comes with what's inside your heart when you're feeling what you're dancing. So if you're feeling what you're doing, the kill off is gonna come out and you're gonna feel amped about it. Then you won't have to worry about acting crump because you're being bucked. So your scream will be a scream instead of somebody imitating somebody that is screaming. That's bucked.
He just killed the session. It's over. Look at everybody. Chance just murdered the session. There's blood everywhere. You just don't see it. There's blood all on the floor because he killed the session. He killed the session.
That nigga Big Mio is buck, man.
That nigga Chance, come here.
You know, look up to that nigga just like I look up to Chance, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to have two of the creators. You know, this is buck. I'm amped right now. My back hurts, but you know, Jesus heals. So I'm happy these two niggas is back together. Now we can just be a buck family. Saying amen.
What's up? This is Big Eyes, aka Big Rude. This is Miho. This is Rude Dude. This is JR Rude. And that's Junior Eyes. The reason for this session that y'all about to see is for my boy right here, because he's moving away back home where he was born at New York. He's moving with his mom and dad. I've been mentoring him for 8 or 9 months, so I'm like sort of his big brother and his dad. So it's hard for me to say goodbye to him, but we getting ready to show you this one last session as our like goodbye gift from us to Junior. So this is what you're about to see right now.
Oh,
Alright, this is Junior Tight Eyes, aka Boy Krump, and today I'm going to New York at 6 o'clock p.m. I'm out of Cali, and I'm finna go out there and I'm finna get bucked, and yeah, I'll be back in 3 months, but I won't be staying just to visit, and it was cool, it was fun out here. I was a buck out here. Now I'm finna go to some big sick, and it's finna be hard to turn around for the big sick. But I'm only human though. But I give a shout out to my nigga Young Tight Eyes. Tell him I said 3 up.
Everybody's attached to this little nigga. So when we come together, it's not always because, you know, somebody called us out for a battle or there's just nothing else we have to do. But our way of saying goodbye to him or see you later, but I know he'll be back. But the reason why we called this session was we don't know any other way to say goodbye to him without it getting all emotional and crap, because you know, we too buck. So, and this big Negro ain't about to cry. And I ain't about to cry in front of this camera. So we called this session to say our goodbyes to him and get amped so he could take a piece of us out there where he's going, and we'll always have a piece of him here. As long as we got the footage, as long as there's Junior Eyes, he'll always be here. So this is the reason for the session. And it's hard to say goodbye to a family member, but that also has to do with the heart of Krump. You know, we don't just do this because we can get money off of it, so we can get popularity. I'm just fine where I'm at. I could do this every day for the rest of my life and be fine with it. Because this is a family thing, this is a brotherly thing. It's the heart of it. If you don't have no heart, you wouldn't feel where I'm coming from. Because you probably never had a family member leave that's been with you, that you've been kind of like mentoring the best way you can, and somewhat raising to the best of your abilities, even though you were a teenager or a minor. So that responsibility was put on me, and I carried a heavy burden, but I helped him out. He learned something while he was here, that's all that matters. And now he got his whole family here. We got to get booked with the whole family, the real family, because the other people that said they love him, they're not here. And we know who those people are.
I got a little late here for the Krump session, but I'm about to get everybody amped up. So. What?
It's over. It's over.
Then shut up.
That guy right there. Dragon is not on my club today.
What? What'd you say?
He came on late. He really don't care about this man right here. He really don't. He gonna come on late talking about he came here to say his thanks and goodbye to Junior. He's lying. He's lying. Look at him. He's here all late. And he's not even gonna get bucked. What type of man is that? Who don't get bucked for their nephew? That's my nephew. That's my. He used to be baby Miho. He used to be my little first. So that's my original. That's my original.
That's about it for this episode. This is not a real glad, joyous time. I have joy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to get my buckness out when somebody. It feel like a piece of me is leaving. So it's hard. It's hard to dance when you know your piece ain't gonna be there. So yeah, it ain't never a full puzzle without a missing piece. So that's that episode for you, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more episodes
this Krump Golden series.